All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahshua, HaKadosh. Double honors to apostles of Great Millstone and salutation to your elect, which you go to be. Now it's your brother Hawaii from GMS Chicago. Got a quick little lesson for you Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Israelites who better shame but looking like heathens, whose spirit bear witness that they're a child of Heavenly Father. And the name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, who the world inwardly calls Jehovah God. And the name of the Heavenly Son is Yahweh Shai, who the world inwardly calls Jesus Christ, or Jesus Christos, or Yeshua, Yeshua, Yahweh. And pretty much this lesson is really going into you women, you know what I'm saying, and that all hell, when it break loose and stuff, the Lord is not going to be in a lot of you all's favor, you know what I'm saying, and that's because you're disobedient, you don't want to hear, you don't want to change, you don't want to repent, you like to put on the gimmick and stuff, have your heads tied up and whatnot, but yet don't, but inwardly and whatnot and stuff, it's all just a show. You know what I'm saying? Just to be accepted by a righteous man. And really all you're trying to do is find some type of way to get some type of gain, And a lot of you women want the hedge and stuff, and you wouldn't even get the hedge even if you was with a man of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't right. You're venomous snakes, you know? And there's a lot of things that have been going on and stuff that have been brought out when it come down to black women, man. The Negro women, the women of Judah, really, you know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't be surprised for Benjamin and Levi as well, you know, you know, and the Haitians, the Trinidadians, the Jamaicans, you know what I'm saying, and just Negro women and stuff, in general, you motherfuckers ain't right, and all the stuff that you're doing, the monstrosity, the treacherous ways that you do, and you deal and whatnot, the Lord gonna repay you tenfold back when Jacob's trouble come. So this is Jeremiah 30:7. It says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." So when this great trouble come, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be very, very devastating, Because think about it, when it comes down to you women of this world, y'all saying, who don't care for the scriptures, you use the world and stuff to you use the world and you abuse it as well. You got men on child support, you using the, you got the Section 8, you got the well, there ain't nothing wrong with Section 8 and stuff. You know what I'm saying? There ain't nothing wrong with getting certain benefits and whatnot. But like child support is fraud. It's a fraudulent act. You know what I'm saying? It's illegal. You know what I'm saying? And then you stealing, and then on top of that, you taking a man's labor away from him, and a lot of you women don't care for it and stuff, but it's okay, because when all that shit shuts down, you know what I'm saying, when ain't no jobs out here, when electricity ain't working, when your car ain't running and stuff because there's no more gas in the gas stations, when you can't refill electronically to the electric pumps and stuff because they shut all that shit down, when everything, because remember, women know how to survive when it comes down to the government, but when the government is closed down, you know what I'm saying, they can't do anything, and what do women do when they think that they in power and they can't get touched? They burn bridges, you know what I'm saying? Because when this government, when Esau Edom shows his horns and he shows that he's not really down for you women and whatnot, the next thing you're going to be trying to do is see if the one you've been fucking over take you in. And that's not going to happen, Now, if you party elect and whatnot, hey, but other than that, majority of the 2/3 are going to be women. There's more women on this world than it is than men, That's because a man can have more than one wife. He can have more than one girl. And you can have a side piece. And what is that? A concubine, a woman of another nation, a heathen, and you women do not have the same ability to do so. And if you don't like it, then guess what? You more than likely might be a 2/3. You know what I'm saying? Well, actually, I ain't gonna say it like that, because the scripture says that the jealousy of a woman is another woman. Now, the thing is that, hey, you gonna have to get with the program, because, hey, you over there talking about some, I should be enough, woo to woo and stuff. Well, the scripture says that one woman is not enough for a man, because when you pregnant, he over here wondering, he over here hard as hell and stuff and can't really fuck with you, you know what I'm saying, for those last couple of months, you know what I'm saying, and stuff, because you pregnant. If he got another girl, he could go pop her, you see? you know? And if you got multiple wives and you dealing with this woman and that woman and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Guess what? One get pregnant, you still can get your rocks off. She get pregnant, you got another one get your rocks off. Now, it ain't necessarily wise to have a bunch of women on this side, but when in Isaiah 4:1, when everything go crashing down according to society, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know, you're going to be popping women anyways. You know what I'm saying? You know? And the best thing right now and stuff is to stay strapped up. Keep a condom on. You know what I'm saying? Because these women are nasty. You know what I'm saying? pH balance is off. You know? They stink when you know, they probably can't smell it. You know what I'm saying? But when you behind that thing, you know what I'm saying, you know, rum pumper them, you know what I'm saying, got it bouncing and shit. You know what I'm saying? You the one who's by her exit and you can smell all that, man. And it's horrible. You know? Women having multiple men and whatnot, and they got different spirits upon them and stuff. Well, guess what? When they become crazy like that, guess what's gonna happen? They gonna mouth off when Jacob's trouble come off, be at its highest. You know what I'm saying? As it stretch forth to it, and they gonna be destroyed. You know, you women that don't want to get in order, you gonna be destroyed. You know, you women that like to ride the cock carousel, pretty soon it's gonna be by force, and you ain't gonna be able to do nothing about it. Great rape is finna come for you women, you know? And ain't that what you've been sowing? Ain't that what you've been sowing? To have sex with many men? Well, guess what? The Lord gonna make sure it happens, you know? And the scriptures talk about how there was a woman that was raped so bad, she died. And a lot of that's finna come for you women. So this is Jeremiah 30:7. It says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It's even a time of Jacob's trouble. You see? And it's all Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and Israelites who outward appearances that of a heathen. All of us is going through that. You know? Whether you part of the elect or 2/3, it don't matter. All of us is going through that. And when it comes down to you heathens, you're going through it as well. You know what I'm saying? You're going to go through it as well. Because when Jacob's trouble come, it means society is going to fall and you're going to be in straits as well, you know? And what is Jake going to do? Run to Esau because Esau got everything, man, you know? You ain't going to be able to touch men of the Lord in that time and stuff, man, you know? And if you do touch men of the Lord, it's going to be for your damnation or for it's going to be for your damnation. Either way it goes. If you lay hands on them, touch on them, you know what I'm saying? You know, or meaning to beat them up or jump them and stuff. If you do that, you being damned. If you kill them, you damned. You know what I'm saying? The Lord gonna find some type of way and stuff for the way of truth to not be able to enter into your souls. And what the scripture says, it says in Wisdom of Solomon, it says that wisdom shall not enter into a malicious soul. And a lot of you people are malicious, evil. A lot of you women are malicious, evil. You know what I'm saying? You know, scriptures talk about in the 2nd Esdras 5:8 that women shall bring forth monsters. You know what I'm saying? Meaning their children. Well, guess what? Some of those children are women. They ain't just men. And guess what? They're monsters. You know what I'm saying? Monsters. All they do is seek to devour. You know what I'm saying? Don't care for nobody but themselves. But guess what? All that shit is coming back onto you. Tenfold. Right? So I'm going to grab this other scripture. This is Daniel's chapter 12, verse 1. And when it come down to this horrible time, it's like, oh, I had sex with that man, the Lord. You know what I'm saying? But you was being a beast. You know what I'm saying? You didn't want to listen to what he had to say. You know? You wanted to make a connection with a family member and stuff just so you could deal with him, but you didn't want to deal with him directly because you know you weren't going to get your way. The Lord ain't fucking with that. He ain't fucking with it at all. You know? Because if you can't get in order, then why you think you should get saved by this man? Why you think you should be able to reap the benefits of this righteous man? You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to listen. You don't want to do what he says. You look at him insignificant. You look at it as another way to get paid. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you don't want to get in order with that man, why the fuck do you think you should get saved? Right? So this is Daniel's 12:1. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up. And Michael is the one of the great archangels. You know what I'm saying? Right? It says, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, even at that same time, right? So it's gonna be horrible out here. It's gonna be bad. Like I Am Legend, Book of Eli, The Road. You know what I'm saying? You know, and whatever other movies out there that's around that post apocalypto, if I'm saying it correctly, apocalyptico or something, right? And even what's it? High School of the Dead, even though it's an anime with fan service, so what? You know what I'm saying? But anyways, if you like women and stuff, you know that shouldn't bother you. Anyways, it talks about, you know, the people when it come down to the zombies and stuff, and that's cannibalism. It's gonna be horrible out here. The scriptures talk about how women are gonna eat their children, sod their children and stuff. You know, you women ain't strong. When you think you strong, it's because you lean upon the government. But when the government falls, you ain't strong at all. You looking for another way for support, and it ain't your guns, it ain't your tasers. And the damn show ain't your fucking wits, because what's gonna happen is that in that time, men ain't gonna give a shit about you being a woman. You wanna sit up here and muff a man in his face, he gonna bop your ass in your shit. And you women that ain't down for it, and you women that can't get in order, these things are gonna happen to you. And the Lord devised these things to happen unto you, and we're gonna get into that. It says, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book of life, written in a book. And it's talking about the book of life, you know, where Yahweh Shai, where they not whosoever is not denying the name of Yahweh Shai, you know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shai is not denying their name before the Heavenly Father. You know what I'm saying? You know? Right? And when it come down to all those who oppose and denying the Lord ain't gonna be for you. He ain't gonna be for you right now. I'm pretty sure that there's a woman right now who get probably in her feelings and she ready to do some fucked up shit. Well, guess what? She gonna be the example. She gonna be the example real soon. You know, you lesbians out there, niggas don't care. They know that you a woman. And they're going to take you. And that's going to be part of your judgment, where the Lord is going to forcefully make you a woman and show you that you a woman and not a man. Because men don't get pregnant. Women do. You know? And for all you lesbians out there, you know, or you women out there and stuff, you worry about men of the Lord, so he without, so he going to be the first one. No. For one, you prideful as hell thinking that somebody would want you. There's other women out there and stuff that got better spirits than you. You know what I'm saying? Where they gonna come on to us, where that wouldn't even happen. Where that would even happen. It wouldn't happen. The scripture says that the women gonna come to us. They gonna come to us, and we believe what the Lord says. So if the women gonna come to us, why would we take the time out to rape a disobedient woman like yourself? Why? There's no reason to rape, because the scriptures talk about that the Lord is going to send women onto us. And these are women that's going to be fearful and they're going to change. Not you disobedient women, right? They're going to come onto us. They're going to want to give themselves onto us. They're going to want to have sex with us willingly. You know? So, you know, you proud women and stuff, you think somebody like you and stuff, and really you ain't shit. You ain't shit at all. You ain't nothing to even come across. You see? So, hey, even in these horrible times, the angels are going to have to help us. You know? The angels are going to have to help us, right? It says, because look, these men, women, and children out here and stuff, that's 2/3, they gonna be the main enemies. You know, they're gonna be the main enemies. And they're gonna be haters of God, so they're gonna be haters of us. You know what I'm saying? So this is going back to that Jeremiah, because I didn't finish it. Jeremiah 30:7. It says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And that's the elect. You know, the Lord is going to put the elect with the elect. You know what I'm saying? You know, and if the elect happen to be alone and whatnot and stuff, guess what? The elect is like what the Lord told Jeremiah. He ain't going to save. He told Jeremiah, he told Ezekiel, I believe, Job, and I want to say Daniel too. You know what I'm saying? That they will save nobody but their own selves according to their righteousness. You know? You know? But this is Jeremiah 37. It says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And the Lord is only dealing with those who's correct. You people that believe in Christianity and stuff, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to see it up close and personal, because the Lord finna cause you to catch these hands. You know? And what the scripture says, it says in Psalms 110:3, it says, my people shall be willing to dare thy power. What's going to be the main power? Those who know the word. Scripture says that you should seek seed to seed. And even if you do find us, you're going to get that Jeremiah 15 verses 2 and 3. You know? You're going to have your chance and whatnot. You're going to do a bunch of fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying? Do some messed up stuff behind somebody back. And guess what? The Lord ain't finna be down with you. Because look at your deeds. Look what you do. It's evil. He told you the right thing to receive peace and avoid punishment. But instead, you did the things to receive punishment and avoid peace. So guess what? You're going to be destroyed. You know? You know? You ain't going to have your way. So this is Isaiah 32, verse 9. It says, rise up, ye women that are at ease. You know, and a lot of you women are at ease. You know, you get to use the government, you know what I'm saying, to manipulate others and take their stuff unlawfully. You know, you come up with your lies and whatnot and stuff to get your way. You at ease, right? It says, hear my voice, ye careless daughters. And you women are careless. You don't have a care in the world because you think you're good. You know what's crazy? A lot of you women are down for defunding the police, right? And when there's no more police, the military gonna be out. And down there in the military, there's already rape cases of men and women. You know, there's already rape cases. So if it's already in the army, if it's already in the National Guard, what you think they're gonna do when it's after hours and they want to get their rocks off and they know that the platoon will believe them before you? What you think gonna happen? Because look, you worried about men of the Lord because we read about Deuteronomy 22nd chapter. You know what I'm saying? Right? And that's okay in the eyes of the Lord. But the thing is that we're not gonna do it and stuff, you know what I'm saying, because we gotta because it's not wise to do so. Now the thing is that when it comes down to your military, your Navy SEALs, you know, these UN troops, these Russian troops, when they come through, they gonna plow through you and they're not gonna give a damn what you feel like. They don't care if you bring out your constitution and stuff because they finna get what they want. And there's a video that the brother Kowal, he always I think his page is GMS Prison of Hope 2 or something like that. And there's a video that he showed, and it's based off a movie where the guy, he on his lawn, about, you know, washing his car, about to water his lawn, whichever one. You know, you got a little baby girl and stuff, and she outside, the littlest of the daughter. She outside. She outside playing with her teddy bear and whatnot. Then a military helicopter just come out of nowhere, lands on their lawn. You know, little girl run away towards the forest, and she just looking at what happens from a distance. Military come through and they bomb. They take the father and stuff. They kill him, you know, and they go through the house and whatnot and stuff. You got the little son and stuff. He hiding behind shit. He making sure that he ain't trying to be known. You know what I'm saying, by the military because he's scared. He hid. But what the military do? You had an older daughter and the mother. They was in the kitchen. You know, they over there wondering what's going on and stuff because they hear sounds of military boots in their crib. You know, and what happened? They take the little girl. You know what I'm saying? They hoist her up on that, you got certain people with their cribs, where, you got the sink over here, stove probably over here. You might got like some other shit over here and stuff, like where the cabinets at and stuff. And then there'll be a little table in the middle, you know what I'm saying, where you'll probably prepare food or it'll be a small enough table for a small family to eat with each other and stuff in the kitchen. And they take her, pick her up, and put her on that table and whatnot, and she's screaming, you know what I'm saying, because they about to rape her, and this is military men, and they take her clothes off, take powder and throw it on her face, you know what I'm saying. You'll have another military man and he hold her down, you know what I'm saying, so she won't be swinging at the military man. And then you'll have another one and stuff to hold her legs down and spread them. And then you have the other military man that's ready to get in and he'll pull his pants down and stuff and have his way with her. And all you see is her moving forward and whatnot, and that means that she was getting fucked. You know what I'm saying? And then with the mother, they didn't really show anything when it came down to mother. All they did was drag the mother out and stuff and put her upon her dead husband, put her face around his bloodied genitals and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then they shot her dead. And the little girl, all she did was run away to the woods. She wasn't gonna come running and screaming and whatnot. She got away. You see? And this is the military. They already doing it amongst the other platoons that are female. You had one. It's an old video or article where there's this military woman and stuff, and she was like a couple of yards away from base, a couple of feet, whatever they want to call it, distance away from the camp, that she was in, and they found that her genitals had acid poured upon it, and who would pour acid upon a woman's genitals? Somebody who raped her and didn't want to get caught, and this is a boot camp, so it means that it was still on American soil. So that means that the perpetrator was somebody else that was in the army. Ain't no random motherfucker coming through, you know what I'm saying, and see it's like, oh, more than likely she thought that this person was all good, you know what I'm saying. He lured her off into an area and whatnot and raped her. And she probably thinking that she finna get out of this, he finna leave her alone and whatnot. No, he poured acid on the genitals, you know what I'm saying. So when they found the body after he killed her, so she came rat, you know what I'm saying, after they found the body and stuff, she was sitting over there just sitting there laid with her panties down and whatnot and stuff, you know what I'm saying, dead with acid, with her genitals being burned, you know what I'm saying, see? And this is in the military. You also got another one. It was a Hispanic, Mexican guy, short. More than likely he saw some stuff or he threatened to tell. Next thing you know, he hemmed up, butt ass naked. And they showed this on the news, WGN, to be a fact. and they said that he was strung up on hanging from a tree. Now I'm pretty sure that he wasn't hanging from a tree where he was comfortable, like he was what they call a hammock, you know what I'm saying, or he was able to get himself down. He was hanging from the tree where he died, and they said that they found him dead, and this was in the military, and he still had his they said he was butt naked and stuff, you know what I'm saying, but he was still in the military. He wasn't back at home. He wasn't he was on military soil, you know what I'm saying, if you can understand. And that means that There's homosexuals in the military. And this is the reason why we're gonna need the angels. You know what I'm saying? To help us out. Because not all of us and stuff is gonna be mighty in stature. Where we gonna have guns of steel, where we could, when we get muscle, when we looking like Popeye after a can of greens. Not all of us look like that. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna still receive the spiritual power and the spiritual hedge. You know what I'm saying? And look at when it came down to Tobias. Clear example. It was Raphael. You know what I'm saying? And he was with Tobias, you know what I'm saying, doing his journey and stuff just to go get with Sarah, another Naphthalite, man, of Naphtali, from the tribe of Naphtali, you see? And the angel's going to be with us like that. It might be regular people and whatnot, it might look like a regular person and stuff, and the whole time, it's the whole angel with you. See? Going back to it. So they raped that little girl, and you got sickos, why you want to come up against men of the Lord? You got sickos who like seeing girls who got flat chests and no booty, who ain't developed. You know what I'm saying? You got those that's out there about child pedophilia. Look at Pizzagate, all your leaders and whatnot that you believe in and whatnot. The presidents, you know what I'm saying? They rape little girls. You got too many videos out there and stuff when it's exposed where where there was sexual tension and stuff between a child and one of your presidents. So you got sickos out there. You got people out there that like to see you bleed and cut up, and they get horny off it. You got a lot of sadists that's out there. The dude from 50 Shades of Grey. You got niggas out there and you got women out there like that. You got a lot of people out there who like uncleanness and sexual activities, and who got where their desire is in sexual immorality. And guess what? They're gonna be let loose out here on these streets. You're going to be looking for a man of the Lord, because you're going to be wanting that hedge. For you women out there that come up against us steadily, you're going to be looking for a man of the Lord. And you women that, whether you're a mother or shit, father, brother, sister, whatever, whoever you are, to that specific man of the Lord, or woman of the Lord and whatnot and stuff, don't think you fucking them over. You fucking yourself over. And I'm slacking for the harsh language, but you messing yourself over. You really think the Lord is going to allow you to just play and toy with his elect, and then allow you to just, and then still reap the benefits afterwards? Hell no. Hell no. And then they see it and whatnot, and you think you getting away? No, you ain't gonna prosper off somebody else's stuff. I'm tell you right now. You're gonna be an example of those who took the Lord lightly, man, and his men. So back in Isaiah 32:9, it says, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech." And I'm going to tell you this, even if it's a 2/3 man for you women, hey, that's still an Israelite. See, the thing is about us men of the Lord and stuff, we know the scriptures. Yeah, you 2/3, you consider heathens, but we know that you're Israelites. So we ain't going to do you wrong, because we know the Lord will jack us up. So you 2/3 of Israel, you 2/3 women, you know what I'm saying? Or you're a woman that's righteous and whatnot, and doing the best of her ability to be righteous, and the Lord actually put that spirit upon her. She's not disobeying her 2/3 husband. She's not doing it. But you 2/3 women who got 2/3 husbands, and you think you gonna just do whatever you want to? Nah. Scripture says that we are the nation, that we're the apple of the Lord's eye. When's the last time you had two children? You know what I'm saying? Whether they was bad or not, You know what I'm saying? When one do bad to the other and stuff, that the one that did bad to the other got their ass whooped. And that's what's gonna happen to you women that think you could just do whatever you want to and stuff because you're the weaker vessel. The Lord is gonna stump you women out, according to Micah 7:10. He gonna stump you women out physically, not just abase you. He gonna physically stump you out like that 65-year-old Asian woman who got kicked in her shit. You know, that's the Lord putting the spirits upon those men to do those things. You know, He's doing these things. You know, He's bringing these calamities coming, and the Lord said that He will laugh at your calamity when it cometh. You know, and it says, verse 10, it says, many days and years shall ye be troubled. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because you're not in good case. You know, link card ain't working. You know, money ain't coming in. You know, them those disability checks ain't coming in. Those child support checks ain't coming in. Those welfare checks are not coming in no more. You know, the stimulus checks ain't coming in no more. The regular checks ain't coming in no more because everybody in the world has no job. Right? It says, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, and the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you, and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. You see? So the Lord is gonna strip you of your might, because it says in Jeremiah 31:22, it says that the Lord shall create a new thing, a woman shall compass a man. That was just a punishment that the Lord had placed upon the men of Israel. You know what I'm saying? You know, to show us how it felt. You know what I'm saying? For your woman to come up against you. You know what I'm saying? You know, since we're married onto the Lord, and at the same time, it messed over the women too, because now the women, they become prideful, you know, thinking they can do whatever they want to now, you know, and then what do? They deceiving themselves and they destroying themselves. You know what I'm saying? So that punishment works two ways. Women think that it's a blessing when really it's not. It's an affliction upon you, man. You know? And it says, verse 12. And then when these places shut down, ain't no more weave, ain't no more waxing, ain't no more all you women that wax that upper lip and stuff because you get a small mustache. Hey, it's gonna be showing. Ain't gonna be no more tampons, no more pads, little things you put underneath your crotch and your panties, and ain't gonna be that no more. You know, it ain't gonna be nothing like that no more. You know, you're gonna be stinking. You know, the way you eat and whatnot and stuff, it's gonna smell. And when you bleed, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you don't have a hedge of a man of the Lord, if you don't have a hedge at all, well, you're not even scarcely being saved, and guess what? That means that when these wolves and these predators, because in the in the movie I Am Legend, remember you try to catch that deer, and that pride of lions just came out of nowhere, and that's that 2 Ezra 5:8 that the animals shall change their habitation. They're gonna start coming into the cities, you know. You know, and you know, say some severe storms get the cracking out and whatnot and stuff, and start releasing these animals from the zoos. You know what I'm saying? You know, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? They gonna smell that blood, and they gonna seek to kill. They gonna seek to eat. You know, and they gonna eat you alive. You know. You women like to get ate out so much, right? Yeah, you're going to get ate out, all right. You're going to get ate out. This verse 12. It says, they shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vines. So you're going to be crying for the mirth that you used to have. But it's going to be gone. You're going to lament. You know what I'm saying? And all these things are going to happen. It's already happening in the third world countries. You know? No women down there in third world countries, man, You know, they be just done. Thinking they finna go to the grocery store, go to the market and whatnot, then boom, out of nowhere, a missile hit they fucking hit a building and stuff, you know what I'm saying? You got big chunks of rocks landing on motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? You know? They going through hell. And that same danger and that same fright is gonna come here in America. You know? All the women and stuff who gang bang and you tough, oh, I'll fight niggas. You ain't gonna wanna fight a nigga in that day. Cause ain't no 911 you gonna call. And there's too many documentations and documentaries out there where you have cops, police officers, right? Where they what was it? You had what's that movie, man? Where you had it one cop who pulled dude over and he played as he played in Hustle and Flow. Something Holland is his last name, I believe, or something like that. And whatever his name is, but he played in Hustle and Flow. And he was the husband and whatnot. And then he had his wife, and the wife was getting frisked by male cops. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it was time, you know, where it was like racial intensity and stuff between the you know, between so-called blacks and so-called white people. And he was frisking this leg, and she over there, you know, do something. You know, she had that face looking ugly as hell. Do something. Are you a man? Are you a man? You know, and it was like, you know, it's like she spoke as one the foolish woman, because it's like all they was gonna do is put his ass in the back of the car and still have your weight with you. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of cops out here and stuff. They love the fat asses on you black women. You know? They love that long hair on you Mexican women and whatnot and stuff, and how you like to speak that Spanish and whatnot, even if you probably cursing somebody out, that it still seems sexy, right? They're gonna take you. They're gonna shoot your men down and they're gonna take you. You know? And guess what? A lot of these cops in the force, military or whatever, Secret Service, whatever, CIA, they like little women. They like little children. They like little kids. You know? They'll probably tie you up and watch how they run up in your 4-year-old daughter or in your 4-year-old son. And you wondering what the fuck going on. You gonna find out the hard way that the men of the Lord ain't the enemy. That's what you gonna find out. You know? This is second Edges 16:33. So I can bear with me. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Right, so this second Ezra 16, verse 1. It says, woe be unto thee, Babylon, and Babylon is pretty much America. It says in Asia, woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair, bewail your children, and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. So I want to get Bewail, it says to wail over, to express deep sorrow for, usually by wailing and lamentation. Bemoan, deplore, grieve for, lament, mourn, wail for, lament. It's the word to mourn aloud, wail, to express sorrow, mourning, or regret for, often demonstratively. You know what I'm saying? To regret strongfully, right? And it says, verse 3, it says, a sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent out among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? Right? So these plagues, these different plagues that's finna come upon you people and whatnot, you women, you men, women, and children. You know what I'm saying? When these things come, ain't no driving them back. You know, all the monstrosity that you have done, the treacherousness, the deceit that you have done. You know what I'm saying? What's gonna happen is that when you in the midst of danger, you're gonna sit up here and be like, oh, please, please, please. And the Lord gonna be like, nah, you had your chance and you fucked it over. So now, since you couldn't do the things to avoid punishment, I'm gonna make sure this punishment, I'm gonna make sure this belt go across your ass. So it says, verse 6, it says, may any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood? It says, or may anyone quench the fire in the stubble when it had begun to burn? May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer? It says, the mighty Lord sendeth the plagues of send the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? So when this judgment come, you know, and remember it says in 1 Peter 4:17 that judgment shall first begin at the house of Israel. So whether you being obedient or disobedient, judgment is coming first to Israelites. The Lord's gonna care for his children first. He's gonna the scriptures talk about how he shall walk through the nation of Israel with candles. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you 2/3 of Israel, men, women, and children, your candle is not lit. You know, it ain't wavering, ain't flickering by the wind. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's not there at all. And the Lord's going to be displeased when he see that. And when he's displeased and stuff, he's going to judge you. And it says, and look, just to put it out there, if we move away from y'all, the judgment's still going to come. So what you still going to do? Wickedness. You try to follow us around and keep doing us harm and whatnot, you still gonna get judged. Since you can't change individually, you gonna get judged. You know, and judgment is just a result of what you have done. You know what I'm saying? And if you ain't doing right, then guess what? Your judgment is gonna be something you ain't gonna want to hear. You're gonna be at fault. So therefore, I ain't gonna save you. See? And you don't want that. It says, verse 10. And say if you do something to somebody and stuff and be like, well, shoot, that's just the judgment of the Lord. But yeah, you the vessel that's done it though. So and if you know that you did it to that person, guess what? You're gonna be in you're in a dangerous place to fall, like it says in 2 Ezra, the 7th chapter, man. You know, you in danger of the Lord. You know, where he gonna sit up here and mess you over because you did something on purpose. You know. And try to be like, man, that's the judgment of the Lord. Even if it come down to that and stuff. The thing is that you the one who did it. And you ain't do it accidentally. You did it on purpose. And you going to have to get dealt with for it. So ain't no running. Ain't no running. You can't hide. You can't run. It says, verse 7. No, verse 9, it says, a fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, who shall not be afraid? It says, because, you know, the scriptures talk about how the trumpet is blown, and who shall not be afraid? You people will be afraid, you know? and not to boast. When I do certain sit downs and stuff, going into judgment, you know what I'm saying, that this is going to happen, and the Lord put certain analogy in my spirit and stuff to bring it out. That stuff actually happens. Later down the line, it happens. It probably don't happen tomorrow. It don't probably happen the next minute. You know what I'm saying? What it happens later down the line. And I ain't the only one. You know what I'm saying? I ain't the only one and stuff where it was Apostle Rakhah, and it's an old video, and he was saying the Lord can have it where maggots just come out of nowhere, grow out your head, and eat out your head. And it's a Moabite, I believe Moab, so-called Chinese man. He looked Asian, right? And he was a heathen, and it was maggots that just developed out of nowhere, and they ate out his head. Where you saw the smoothness of his skull, and they dipping and dabbing. You had all these maggots just dipping and dabbing, and maggots they come, because there's a video when it come down to worms, and it's just all worms, the worms that you see that be all over the concrete when it rains, because they can't breathe when they underground because they drowning, right? That eat dirt and whatnot and have their purpose in the ecosystem, right? And when it come down to the worms, they come out. Now, those the worms that I'm talking about. Got 5 hearts, no claws and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Them type of worms, right? And what happened is that this guy, he had I think it was a banana, and or it was a certain animal or something and stuff, and the worms, they was eating it from, and it's super fast because, worms move slowly and stuff, right? So the worms was, you see the banana moving from underneath, and it looks gross. It looks gross. It looks weird, but it's something that's weird that you can't take your eyes off. It's interesting, but it looked gross. And when the guy took the banana out and stuff, there were maggots there. And I believe maggots is a form of a worm, but it was all specific worms. It was the worms that when on a rainy day, they be out on the sidewalk and stuff, swimming their way and stuff somewhere and stuff, like when you step on them, they curl up, those type of worms. And yet maggots came out of nowhere. Maggots only appear when something is dead. So Apostle Rakhah had did brother had re-upload a video, you know what I'm saying? Apostle Rakhah had said that the Lord have maggots, you know what I'm saying, chowing down on somebody's head and whatnot and stuff. And you had all these maggots. I'm pretty sure no maggots just came out the sky. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we finna jump on this nigga head. We finna just take our time and chow down on his head and stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? These maggots developed out of nowhere and stuff, right? And when stuff is dead, like a dead animal and stuff, maggots don't travel from far. They develop out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And when these maggots and stuff, it was a crown of them across this entire dome. You know what I'm saying? The top part is cranium. You know what I'm saying? And you see the blood. It was so much blood on the inside and stuff. And you just saw them. You just saw stuff moving up and down and stuff. And you saw the blood rise up because something was dipping into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, say if you dive in the water comes up. You know what I'm saying? Or if you throw a rock into the water comes up because something heavy is coming against it. You know what I'm saying? It was a bunch of them, and they was just dipping and dabbing and stuff in this nigga's head. You know what I'm saying? And then when they got done, when the blood was all there, you saw his skull, and it was smooth. And the guy tried to touch his head, and the nurse pushed his hand because he probably would have been shocked. You know what I'm saying? He would have felt his skull. Not you bald in and stuff, or you bald head, you do the Mr. Clean for you niggas that's going off for doing that, according to Leviticus 21:5. You know what I'm saying? No, they ate his flesh. You know what I'm saying? Veins and all, they ate all that shit. You know what I'm saying? You saw this nigga's skull clean. Nothing was left. No drop of blood. You know what I'm saying? You get you, some food and whatnot and stuff. You get you some food and you say some sauce with it and stuff. And when you get done, you got a little sauce on the plate. You ain't clean the plate. what I'm saying? Everything was gone. And then they was just resting. You know, the part that they didn't eat, they was just resting. It looked like a crest around his head. And they was just sitting there and they was just resting. You know? And the Lord put a judgment upon that man. And Apostle Rakhah was the one who said that can happen. He just made an analogy, but then the Lord made it fact. That's why the scripture says, do not prophets no harm and whatnot, because judgment gonna come when you do stuff to the prophets. You see? So this second Ezra 16 and 11, it says, the Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence? It says, the earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof, the sea ariseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled. It says, and the fishes thereof also before the Lord and before the glory of his power. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the end of the world. And part of the plagues, you know what I'm saying? You know, because a plague could be a disease. You know what I'm saying? You know, it could be anything that's considered as destructive. You know what I'm saying? And part of the plagues will be those missiles. Just like how Sodom and Gomorrah, for all their faggotry, you know what I'm saying? For all the faggots from young to old, you know what I'm saying? You know, the Lord destroyed that land because of that, because of the homosexuality and the great wickedness that was down there, you know, with fire and brimstone, you know, gigantic boulders, you know what I'm saying, breaking into the atmosphere and whatnot, and catching on fire and landing on thousands of homosexuals. So what is the Lord going to do? What's the newly version of that? Missiles. And it ain't just going to be missiles. It's going to be laser beams shooting at you. You know what I'm saying? You know? And not just the homosexuals, but also those who are wicked. You know? You women and your children and your husbands. That's wicked. They're gonna be fired up. They're gonna be like what was that? And World's War of Worlds. You know what I'm saying? You know, with Tom Cruise in it, and those things when they shot them lasers and stuff, and people went to powder in their clothes. You know what I'm saying? Evaporated. That's what's gonna happen for real. That's where they get the idea Independence Day from. And that's going to happen to all those who are not written in the book of life. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? A lot of you all, some of y'all, you're going to get your money and stuff, go out your witch for your money and stuff, right? Do everything for your money, do all manner of wickedness for the love of money, right? You're going to be in a bunker and stuff, and you're going to have a man of the Lord that you've been fucking with all this time, and the Lord going to give him spiritual powers, and you're going to be like, no, you're dead. Like Scar when he saw Simba and he thought it was Mufasa, and he was scared, ready to shit on himself. That's going to be you people. You know, brothers always say that they're going to skip over the heathens, jump over the heathens just to catch some of you 2/3, man. You know, because remember, we know the heathens are wicked. You know, they don't have the law, statutes, commandments and stuff. They don't follow that. By nature, they follow wickedness. But when it come down to the 2/3 of Israel, they put salt upon wickedness because we're the salt of the earth, form all things, right? Jeremiah 5:28, it says that they overpass the deeds of the wicked. You know what I'm saying? You know? So 2/3 of Israel, they do more wickedness, or they're making more wicked than what Edom is doing already. And you all are enemies against the elect. You know what I'm saying? You know? And the thing is that when you come up against us and the stuff that you do, try to trap us, make it where we can't do this and do that and stuff, and it's like, haha, I found some type of way with it. It's like, even if he do this, or even if he do that and stuff, he still can't go nowhere. When it come down to that, guess what? They can't go nowhere. That means you ain't gonna go nowhere when that judgment come. You see? Right? So it says, so these missiles are going to be considered a plague. You know what I'm saying? You know? And it tell you that in Zechariah 14:12. You know That their eyes shall melt in their holes and their tongue shall melt in their mouths. You know what I'm saying? And when you scream, you're going to breathe again just to scream. And when you do that, you're going to have fire, you know what I'm saying, entering into your body, destroying your internal organs while it's crisping you on the outside. You're going to be completely eviscerated, man. But some of y'all going to stay alive just so a man of the Lord can get you. And when this time happens, you know what I'm saying? When this happens, it's when the Lord gives us spiritual power, what you people think is make believe. That's why we say, thus saith the Lord. That's why and when the Lord gives us that, if we be of the hopeful elect, the 144,000, which consists of 12,000 men, the 12 tribes of Israel, the government body, because the rest of the 1/3, they're going to be in them chariots. But when it come down to the government body and stuff, they're the ones who's going to be able to wreak havoc with the elements. You know what I'm saying? And you 2/3 of Israel and stuff want to be like the heathens. Scripture says that he that helpeth and hoping shall fall together. And you all going to fall. You already fallen already by your mindset. You know what I'm saying? But you're going to fall physically, and that stuff is going to come soon. Women, you ain't going to get saved by default because of Isaiah 4:1. If you ain't right, you will be destroyed. So it says, verse 13, it says, verse 14, it says, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come up upon the earth. It says, the fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, because it's not a boomerang. It's going to hit its mark. Even so, the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again. You see? And the scriptures talk about in 2 Ezra, the 9th chapter and stuff, that when all these things happen and stuff, it's the very same time that the Lord has come to visit the earth. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of you people are being visited. These people, the young men that's being shot, they being visited. You know what I'm saying? The women and stuff that's getting shot, the women that's getting clobbered, the women that's getting ravished, the women that's being having all manner of bad things happen to them. You know what I'm saying? No man want to be with them. Nobody want to take a chance with them. You know what I'm saying? They getting run down and whatnot and stuff. That's the Lord visiting you. You know what I'm saying? Children out there in the yard and stuff, and some cracker come out of nowhere and stuff and decides to rape your 8-year-old girl and stuff, get that fresh pussy. That's the Lord visiting you. Taking your children out your lives. You know what I'm saying? That's the Lord visiting you, man. And it says, even so, the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again. Verse 17, this is Ezra. It says Esdras, but it's Ezra. That's found in the regular Bible too. You know what I'm saying? Also showing how the Bible and the Apocrypha are connected. It says, verse 17, it says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? And that also proves that Ezra believed reincarnation, because he's seeing this as a vision, but he's saying, woe is me, who's going to deliver me in those days? So he's saying that the vision he saw, he was going to, because once he see the vision, woke up from the dream, woke up from his sleep, or woke up from the daydream, you know what I'm saying? Woke up from the day vision. And he's wondering who's going to deliver him in those times, because that means Ezra is here today in this last captivity. He's here today. All you people that think the prophets are done away with, a lot of the prophets are here today. You see? Right? And it says, so Ezra saw something very, very devastating. Scared the shit out of him. And he like, who gonna deliver me? Right? It says, verse 18, it says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, mass death, lots of death. It says the beginning of wars, as you can see, right? It says, and the power shall stand in fear. And it says the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? So he asking the Lord when he's going to live in that time, what shall he do when these things happen? He's calling these missiles and whatnot that he called them arrows, because back then there was no such thing as a missile. They used arrows, and spears and catapults and whatnot and things of that nature, And in his time and stuff, there was no such thing as no missile, but that's what he saw. That's why they call them flying swords. That's why they call them glittering spears. And that's why they call them flying arrows. Arrows don't fly, they glide. They have a rainbow arch type effect when they get shots. You know what I'm saying? You know? So this was a futuristic version that they was futuristic vision that they seen where they was going to be reincarnated in, which is right now, today, or not today, but this era, this last kingdom, because this place is going to go by fire, second death, right? And it says, verse 19. It says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation, anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. It says, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness. So you people are beyond dumb. You're not going to change. Things going to get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And you still ain't going to change. You ain't going to change. You ain't going to change. You ain't going to change. The most biggest idiots in the world are you 2/3 of Israel. You ain't going to change, man. You have the ability to change, but you're not. You see? And it says, in the other, and you got the demons rolling around for no reason in the hallway, trying to find some type of reason to do something and stuff. They gonna be one of them. They gonna be one of them. Who is he talking to? How you know, motherfucker? Why you eavesdropping? You don't know what I'm doing. But hey, I'm gonna tell you this: when it comes down to it, you gonna be one of the motherfuckers out here and stuff who won't change. Yeah, keep calling us crazy and whatnot and stuff. Guess what? It's going to be the crazy nigga you're going to be looking for your help. And then think about it like this. If he's crazy, why you come to him for help? Why you trying to see where he at? Why you always trying to find him? Why you want to hear what he say and stuff if he's crazy? Because you people know that we ain't crazy and stuff, but hey, look. Hey, don't be surprised if that get thrown in your face. It's like, man, remember, I ain't all the way up there. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even remember what you mean. You're going to be mad as hell. But anyways, verse 22, it says, for many of them that dwell upon the earth, it says, verse 21, it says, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth. You know what I'm saying? So things, even though things are rising, it's actually, getting more and more expensive and whatnot slowly. You know what I'm saying? The thing is that people be like, oh, it's cheap. You're getting free money and stuff from the government and whatnot. They think everything is all good, buying TVs and shit, right? It says that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And this is what you're going to think. You're going to think, oh, the economy is coming back up. But little do you know, it says, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. A lot of you people going to be confused, not knowing, what's going on or why things are happening, the reason why, or why things are happening and the reason why they're happening. You're not gonna understand. You know, you're gonna be, why? Why are these things happening? Why? You know, why you scratching at your face and whatnot? Why? Why? That's how you people gonna be. You gonna be like that. Grown ass men, swole as hell, crying like bitches. And the scriptures talk about that, man. You know? And if you got mighty men out here that be quick to put their hands on somebody, you know, quick to show that they tough and whatnot in front of their girl, right? Them niggas gonna be like females. And if they gonna be like females, weaker vessel, what do you think the women gonna be? All these women think they tough. Oh, I hit boys. They gonna be scared. You gonna be scared out you ain't gonna be tough. When you got a pack of lions in front of your face and they hungry and they desperate to eat something outside they means, she ain't gonna be sitting up there trying to fight. Gun clicking because it's no more bullets. She gonna toss it and try to run away. And if there's a man there and whatnot, she got that what's it called? The reputation shit. I've been whooping niggas, man. I've been whooping niggas and whatnot. You ain't gonna whoop this beast though. You ain't gonna whoop this lion. They gonna flee. And what they gonna do? They gonna try to run behind the man. It says, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, more gunshots, more gun deaths, shot wounds, famine, pining away, children being eaten. There go your child support. That's what you get for stealing, It says in great confusion. It says, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine. It says, and the other that escaped the hunger shall the sword destroy. So yeah, you ain't starving, well, you gonna get shot to death. And it says, verse 23, it says, and the dead shall be cast out as dung. And that's what Jeremiah said. It says that their body shall be like dung upon the earth. You go to the beach or you go to a park and the geese ran through there, you see they shit all over the place. That's how people's body's gonna be, And guess what? Ain't finna be no long ass line of funeral lines and stuff, because ain't nobody gonna take the time to bury them. Ain't nobody gonna take the time to do that. You ain't even finna have no money. Down there in Venezuela a while back, years back, you got, they was in the long ass lines trying to get something, had to come back home 3-4 days because the line was so long and whatnot, trying to keep their position like somebody ain't gonna take your, move your shit out the way and whatnot. People ain't gonna be fair when they hungry. People ain't fair now. And they can have all the money in the world and whatnot. They still ain't fair. So what happens when they become desperate? You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be life or death over a slice of bread. And and they be, oh, let's feed the kids. Guess what? The parents gonna be like, nah, shit, I need to eat. A lot of parents out there and stuff where you use your kids just so you can get some financial gain. You're gonna be like, fuck those kids. I need to eat. You ain't finna keep feeding your child and whatnot, and it ain't enough for you. You're gonna be like, fuck those kids. And guess what? Women gonna be the main ones. They're gonna be like, fuck those kids. And they're gonna eat those kids. This is Lamentations chapter 4. It's Lamentations 4 and 9. It says, they that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger, you know? And it says, for these pine away, stricken through for the want of the fruits of the field. The hands of the pitiful women, right? Pitiful is the word Rahamanya, right? It's the Rada Khadamada Nada Ya Rahamanaya. And it says compassionate, you know? Compassionate women have sodden their own children. So let's look at the word sodden. It's the word bashal. It's the bada shad and the la bashal. Properly to boil up, hence to be done in cooking. Here go your child support. Your child won't be supporting you, all right. It says, hence to be done in cooking. It says, figuratively to ripen, bake, boil, bring forth is ripe, roast, sieved, sod, be sodden. You know, it says, the hands of the pitiful, compassionate women, meaning more than one, right? Plural, with an E in it. It says, have sodden their own children. It says, they were their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people. You know, so what's that word meat? It's the word bara. It's the bada ra and ha bara. And it says to select as in to feed, to render, choose, eat, give meat. You know what I'm saying? You know, so it's your choice. This is what you're gonna choose. You know? You're going to eat your kids. And you know why you're going to eat your kids? Because your kids ain't finna give that much of a fight. And I was just watching a video with the frog. With the frog where it changes is because they cold-blooded animals. So all they do is change their temperature, you know what I'm saying, the same as the temperature that's in their surroundings. You know what I'm saying? So if you got it in regular water and stuff, you know what I'm saying? If you got it in boiling water, the frog moved away. It was like, oh no, that's too hot. You know what I'm saying? You know? But then when it came down to room temperature and stuff, it was like, oh, this is nice. This is nice. You know? And then next you know, the guy kept just slowly turning up the heat and whatnot. And by the time the frog recognized that he was being cooked, it was over with. That he was making his temperature around the same of his surroundings and stuff. That he was being cooked. You know what I'm saying? And now they saying that it wasn't no real frogs that was injured and whatnot and stuff. Who knows? But then you just had this frog with his eyes closed and he was just floating around, puffed up, ready to be cooked and eaten, man. You know? And they show you that in the cartoons. You know, where you have you know, they'll probably get captured and whatnot by some, you know, they make mockery of Gad and Reuben, you know what I'm saying, you know, and some, you know, and some Issachar and stuff, you know, because y'all was called indigenous Indians a while back, right? So what they'll do is that, you know, they'll try to say that we were cannibals, that we will eat anything and whatnot, eat other people and stuff, especially if we didn't know them, you know, and they'll take them and stuff, you know, and be like, you know, the person that's being cooked be like, oh, what's that smell? Oh, man, that smells good and whatnot and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And then they recognize I'm being cooked. Well, guess what? When you got a little baby, infant, and this is the only thing that you can eat, because best believe these women are going to choose to eat their baby before themselves. And what are they going to do? They're going to be probably got a little contraption and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Got some water and stuff, put it in there. You know, baby thinking they getting washed and they, you know, touching their faces and their nose, their little hands, and they crying. Baby trying to see what the fuck going on, you know what I'm saying? Because of the bond and stuff, you know. And they cutting some carrots and some celery and stuff, some wild herbs and whatnot, you know, and they crying, you know what I'm saying, you know? And then next you know, the baby over here feeling good. Oh, this is nice. You know? Slide into the water and stuff and be like, oh, this feels good. Probably blow some bubbles. You know what I'm saying? You know, mother crying her ass out because She can't believe what she doing, you know, and she can't believe what she doing and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But she like shit. Or they gonna have that dire look, you know. And then they show it in certain movies and stuff where you got the mother or the father and they about to kill their children, you know what I'm saying? And they got that look in their eyes, and then the child is like, "What's wrong, Daddy? What's wrong, Papa? What's wrong, Mama?" You know what I'm saying? You know, and they depend on them. And they got this knife in their hand. It's like, what are you about to do? And then they scared and they fight and they can't move and whatnot. And the next, you know, the father and the mother just over there stabbing the shit out of them. Ugh, ugh, ugh. You know? And they got that look where it's like it's something wrong. You know, they look scared, but they look determined. You know what I'm saying? That's what you people finna have out here, man. You know, you women, you strong black, Native American, and Hispanic women, Latino women. You know, you so strong. This is what you gonna be doing, because you can't get in line. And that means that the hedge is not above you if you got to sit up here and eat your own children. So keep doing wrong, because the Lord gonna catch up with that ass, man. He gonna catch up with y'all, man. You know, you hard-headed women, man. He gonna get y'all, man. And you men as well, but this is more focused on the women. So this, right? So I'm gonna grab this other one. This is is it First Kings? This is First Kings 6 and 29. Second Kings. Let's lock it. '24. This is 2 Kings chapter 6 verse 24. It says, "And it came to pass at this that Ben-Hadad, king of Syria, gathered all his hosts and went up and besieged Samaria. And there was a great famine in Samaria, and behold, they besieged it until an ass's head was sold for 80 pieces of silver." So it shows how the sanity is going to slowly deprive away from people, right? And it says, "And an ass's head is a donkey," and it says, "In the fourth part of a cab of dove's dung, bird shit, for 5 pieces of silver." And you know why it was being sold? Because people was eating it. You know, he was trying to consume. You know, and it shows how the mentality and the mental, how it's gonna slowly dissipate away from these people, man. You know, they're gonna try to eat the regular animals and whatnot. Then they're gonna do their best to actually go out there and hunt. You know, not knowing what they're doing, but doing the best they can. And they're gonna hunt food that they would eat. And then next, you know, it becomes roadkill. They see something torn with beasts, according to the scriptures, you're not supposed to eat it, but they're going to eat it. They're going to be vultures. They're going to be scavengers. They're going to be these seagulls out here that laugh. You know, it's going to be, it's going to be, it's gonna be like in the movie The Road, and then you're gonna start going to cannibalism and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's when you're gonna eat your children. You're gonna try to eat the toddlers and whatnot. But if they too full grown and stuff, you already know they're gonna hit you in your shit. You know, you try to chow down on them and stuff. You know, you ripping off fleshes of their arm and stuff. You're gonna get beat. You're gonna get beat because it's gonna be a survival. You ain't necessarily gonna get beat. You know, somebody gonna run away from you and whatnot where you ain't gonna be able to do anything. You know what I'm saying? You know. But if they got to and stuff, it's going to be self-defense in that day. And the scriptures already talk about how the love of many shall wax cold. You know? You people are already bloodthirsty, ruthless animals and beasts, man. Brute beasts. So, right? So people gonna be eating shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, like Austin Powell, he said, man, and he thought it was coffee. He was like, man, this tastes like shit. And the dude was like, that's because it is shit. And you people gonna be eating boo-boo, man. You gonna be doing whatever you can to fill your stomachs up, you know? And it says, verse 26, it says, and as the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall, there cried a woman unto him, saying, help, my lord, O king. And he said, if the Lord do not help thee, when shall I help thee? Because it's like I'm going through it too, right? It says, and out of the barn floor or out of the winepress. It says, and the king said unto her, what aileth thee? Meaning, what's wrong? And she answered, this woman said unto me, give thy son that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow. You know, and it shows how women don't give a damn about their children. You know, and most of these, I ain't gonna, no, speaking as a man, but most of these women and whatnot are the women that would do anything just so they can get child support. Because remember, these women will bring children, new life into the world just so they can get a check. And I wouldn't be surprised that women with this mentality be the women who suffer these things. Because, I mean, the baby ain't nothing to you. You gonna fake and do that role that you care for the baby, but really your intentions is to get some money. That's really what it is. You know? And for, you know, for you guys out there, you wearing condoms, don't leave the condom with the woman. Don't do that shit. If you ain't trying to get her pregnant and you ain't trying to go on there raw, you know what I'm saying? And you purposely ain't trying to be with this woman, you better not sit up here and leave the condom with her. She might like, I'll throw it away. When that courtesy come out, fuck that. Go grab your shit and make sure. And if she try to fight you for it and stuff, hey, make sure you get that shit. Make sure she don't get it and stuff, because guess what? She don't want no child. She want money. And that's bogus as hell for you to be a child and you being used, you know what I'm saying, just so your parent can have some money, you know? That means they don't give a damn about you. You know? Right, when the Isaiah 4:1 come and everything is all gone and stuff, yeah, go ahead and just, you know, go ahead if you want to bust nuts if you want to, but I still strap up, you know what I'm saying, because these women are nasty. They nasty, they fuck anything. Why they always talking about men being dogs, they the real bitches, right? That's what they call themselves, don't they? Treat them how they are. It says, treat them how they want to be treated. You want to be a bad bitch, you know what you do to a bad bitch? You put them down. When you got a dog that's bad and disobedient, you put them down. Or you humble them. Not promoting domestic violence and stuff, but it's going to be on the rise anyway, because there's guys out there that's tired of you women shit, and they going to beat y'all ass. It's going to be funny now, but you going to see what I'm talking about. Like men that's in touch with their feminine side, or most of these men that seem tough, that be showing their draws and whatnot and stuff, and they literally do it for a style, dreadlocks, and I'm about bumping the guns and whatnot. Really, they just the masculine version of you. Emotional, ready to sit up here and do damage before they think about it, and think about it later when it really fucks them over and fucks them over and really fuck them up later on and shit, right? You know what I'm saying? Those men you like, guess what? They gonna do the same thing. You step on their shoes and you gonna be like, you ain't gonna do shit, all in his face being kiddish and whatnot. He just come out nowhere and bow, smack the shit out of your ass, but you stay there for a minute and you your face disfigured and stuff. Why you do that and whatnot and stuff. And you're going to be like, shut up. And you're going to be crying again and then boom. You know what I'm saying? That stuff is going to happen. It's going to happen. You know? It's going to happen. Men of the Lord, we ain't going to deal with you. You're going to be like, all right, you need to go. You know? We ain't finna do that. We finna leave you alone. But the mother guys and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And you like, it's like, yeah, beat his ass, baby, beat his ass, baby. And you so quick and stuff, and he don't want to use judgment, or he don't want to use to see both ends. You know what I'm saying? To examine the matter, know the whole matter. You know what I'm saying? Meaning both sides, and he just gone doing what you say, going out with for women and whatnot. He gonna be that same emotional nigga, and you gonna do something to him, and he gonna beat your ass. He gonna beat your ass. So it says, verse 28, it says, and the king said unto her, what aileth thee? And she answered, this woman said unto me, give thy son that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow. Verse 29 says, so we boiled my son and did eat him. And I said unto her on the next day, give thy son that we may eat him. And she hid her son. So she got finessed. These are women that ate their own children. You know? So what that means, it means that women are fickle and they're not strong. When it says that they the weaker vessel, it means they the weaker vessel. You know? Women will do anything for survival. That means even destroy their own children for themselves. That's probably why a lot of you women and stuff don't even have men. You know? That's probably why you always trying to find some type of way to get a baby and whatnot and stuff, and the Lord ain't allowed it because you ain't shit. And then just to put it out there for you guys and stuff, you know what I'm saying, who don't got women and you looking for women and you want one and whatnot and stuff, you know what I'm saying, get you a prostitute. These bitches sell ass anyways and stuff anyways. They do it. And then on top of that, you can get it for free. They just gonna fuck somebody else, and that just shows that they're a prostitute. They're a hoe. Another thing is that the Lord probably don't want you around certain women because they mess with your soul. You know what I'm saying? You know. So always think about it like that. You know, because a lot of women, scriptures talk about stay away from the evil wife. You know what I'm saying? Stay away from these evil women. You know what I'm saying? Because these women ain't shit. They not. You know what I'm saying? And that's why the Lord said that his word or his testimonies and stuff is unto the man, according to Proverbs 84. So like if I butchered it. You know what I'm saying? You know, he deals with the men. He don't deal with the women. You know, because the women are wishy-washy. They'll fuck your partner. Take all your guala. Hey, your guala. You know these hoes wishy-washy. They hop in their bed. You can't wait to open their legs. You know. That whole song, Wishy-Washy by the Amigos. This is how women are. You know. And the Lord probably wants you to just focus upon him. You know what I'm saying? So you can build up to a level. You know what I'm saying? Where you could deal with evil women just in case they come. You know what I'm saying? Or for you could have the knowledge to be able to check them out while they over there sitting up here. It's like, you know, trying to be courteous and be like, oh, you know, I'm a good girl. And you can see through their bullshit because he raised you up to a certain level. Be like, nah, I ain't fucking with you. I ain't going to even stick my dick in you. I don't even care if it's a condom. I'm not dealing with you at all. You know what I'm saying? Because you're a woman that will cause problems, you know. So don't worry. Our time is coming, you know. And the Lord gonna send us righteous women, not these wicked ass fakes, you know. And it says, everywhere they are, below you, left, right, forward, back of you, whatever and stuff, whatever the fuck they is, the Lord gonna make sure that they either get with somebody else or that they stay the fuck away from you. You know? Or make it where they just can't get saved because they ain't fucking right. So so we see what the women would do, you know what I'm saying, right? You see what the women would do to their own children, right? So this is Deuteronomy chapter 28. Yeah, this is Deuteronomy chapter 28, starting. Now this is back in 70 AD. You know what I'm saying, right? In Deuteronomy 28 chapter, during the time the Roman persecution. You know what I'm saying? You know, it says Deuteronomy 28 and 52. It says, "And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates until thy high and finished walls come down." It says, "Wherein thou trustest." It says, it says, "Throughout all thy land, and he shall besiege thee in all thy gates throughout all thy land, which the Lord Yahweh thy power hath given thee." It says, "And thou shalt eat the fruit of thy own body, the flesh of thy sons and of thy daughters." You know, see? So you're gonna not only eat your sons, you're gonna also eat your daughters. You know, for women out there and stuff that try to they lie to there was this one situation, right, where it was just I think it was just a meme, whatever those things are, right? And what happened was that, you know, the woman was dying. The woman was dying and she was on her deathbed, right? And she was like, "I got something to tell you." And the husband, like, you know, no, don't say anything. Save your strength. Right? And she was like, no, I got to tell you just in case I move on. He's like, "Don't say such things. You know, don't say such things and stuff. Just hold on, save your strength." And long story short, she said that she told him that let me see if I got it in my pics. She told him, it's like, you know, your son, Junior, he's not your real son. I've been cheating on you with your friend or whatever and stuff, right? Committing adultery. You know what I'm saying? And then she was like, the one that been stealing from you, it was not, it was actually her, his wife, right? His girlfriend or whoever he was dealing with, who was laying on a deathbed. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, "I've been stealing from you, and I've been making it seem like it's this, that, and third, so you can cut off your sister from being close, you know, cut off your ties and whatnot." So she was manipulating him, right? You know what I'm saying? You know, and then and then she said something else at the end and stuff, you know, about how she like stole money and more things and stuff from him and shit, right? And then at the end, he was like, "I know you were the one doing these things, and I poisoned you." You know what I'm saying? So pretty much be a good girl and die. Like, shut up and die. You know what I'm saying? You know? And she probably sitting up there like, "How could you?" And most women would. You know what I'm saying? And and uh 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 and it's like, "No, bitch, how could you?" You know what I'm saying? You know? So a lot of that's gonna happen, man. So this is back in Deuteronomy 28:53, it says, "And thou shalt eat the fruit of thy own body, the flesh of thy sons and of thy daughters, which the Lord thy power hath given thee in the siege and the straightness wherewith thy enemies shall distress thee." You know what I'm saying? You know? And this is gonna be judgment for all the things that you women do. You know? You know, even the small thing. Well, it's not even small. You know, the whole book is law. And the things that you have power to keep, you know what I'm saying, you want to play around with, because the transgression laws is not a light thing, but to y'all it is. And the thing is that you're going to mess over the wrong one. You know what I'm saying? The first one you messing over is yourself. And then secondly, you doing treason against the Lord. And what's going to happen? The Lord is going to destroy you. You know what I'm saying? And then the bastard of the children that you have and whatnot and stuff, right? He's going to destroy them too. And he's going to use you to destroy those children. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to be hungry. You're going to need something to eat. And guess what? When you have bread, cheese, meat, fried food, you know what I'm saying, heavy sodium, all that stuff, right? When you get when your diet is heavy in that, you know what I'm saying, if there's only vegetation around stuff, your body's gonna reject it naturally because it's not used to it. And if you love meats, that's why a lot of you women and stuff big in a mug, and you don't need to be. That's a curse too. For a lot of you women being big and whatnot and stuff, y'all gonna eat your children. You're gonna eat them, right? So this shows it's not just the sons; it's gonna be the daughters too. You're gonna fillet. You're gonna eat them. It says verse 55. No, 54. It says, so that the man that is tender among you and very... Actually, I'm going to skip through. It says, verse 55. No, 54. It says, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother. And that's why all the 12 tribes, because this is the curse, where all the 12 tribes and stuff, they get beef with one another and stuff. Or you could be the same tribe and whatnot, and they had a problem with you and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it says, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. You know what I'm saying? Verse 55. It says, so that's why you got a lot of single mothers out there, because it's a curse, right? It says, so that he will not give to any of them of the flesh of his children whom he shall eat. So it's going to also be the fathers that's going to eat their children. You know what I'm saying? You you motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Your father's gonna eat their children because it's like, damn, I need to eat something, man. And they gonna have that desired look. They gonna be scared and eyes lit up, and very determined and stuff. They gonna eat their children. It says, because he have nothing left him in the siege and in the straitness wherewith thy enemy shall distress thee in all thy gates. You see? It says 56, it says, a tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eyes shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom. That's why you women like to cheat. It says, because women are the only ones who can be considered cheaters, because a man can have more than one wife. You know what I'm saying? And it says, and toward her son and toward her daughter. So, hey, it's going to be conflict amongst the family anyways. Verse 57, it says, and toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children which she shall bear, for she shall eat them for want of all things secretly in the siege and straitness wherewith thy enemy shall distress thee in thy gate. So all you women that say that you can do bad by yourself, you most certainly can. You most certainly will. Back to 2nd Ezra 16 and 21 again. It says, behold, victuals shall be sold cheap upon the earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case, which you all think. It says, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, and those evils are some of the ones that I just read. Sword, famine, and great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. It says, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, For the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. There shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it, meaning that ain't nobody finna be farming. Ain't nobody gonna be trying to cut the grass when it get too wild. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's gonna become a better habitation and stuff for animals. You know what I'm saying? You know? And it says, verse 25, it says, the tree shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? It says, the grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men. It says, verse 27, so that one shall desire to see another and to hear his voice, you know? And it was a movie a while back, you know what I'm saying, that I watched where it was going into how it was this man, he was by himself and he was looking for somebody else and he ended up running into a woman, you know what I'm saying, but he was just happy and desirous. And even when it came down to I Am Legend with Will Smith, even though he had those other monsters, which was considered as cannibals, you know what I'm saying, right? Who was diseased and all that stuff, right? He was happy, you know what I'm saying, to see that woman and child. You know what I'm saying, you know? Because he thought he was alone. But after his dog died, after he had to kill his dog and stuff because he was finna go zombie on him, you know, he was alone. You know, one man alone, you see? And it says, right? So people are going to be desired to see somebody else, you know? Verse 28, it says, four of a city, there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the clefts of the rocks. You know what I'm saying? People going to be trying to go out there in the forest, you know what I'm saying? Also in the mountains, you know, to hide. You know, verse 29 says, as in an orchard of olives upon every tree, it says there are left 3 or 4 olives. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be scarce out here. It says, or as when a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard. Even so, in those days, there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword. So people are going to be roaming around looking for goods. And they show you that in the video game, The Last of Us. You know what I'm saying? Verse 32, it says, and the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel therethrough. It says, the virgins shall mourn. These are, young women. It says, or it could be women that never had sex, but that's rare. You know what I'm saying? Very rare. It says, unless they are too young. It says, the virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. It says, the women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. You women don't know how to do anything but manipulate the system. Edomite women might have a better chance and stuff because them motherfuckers like to go out there and camp. They like being out in the woods and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, if they ain't too Americanized, right? And you women will flee at the sight of bees. You know what I'm saying? Or even a fly. Something that you can't see that's hovering and stuff, you know, or land on you temporarily and leave off and whatnot. You all are scared. You're frightened. You know what I'm saying? You ain't finna have no help in those days, you know. And Apostle Gabar, he said, even in Isaiah 4:1, we gonna have to beat women off, cause they gonna be trying to do everything and anything that they can and stuff just to get with you. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't gonna work. If the Lord put it in our spirits and stuff to say no to you, you know what I'm saying? Then it's a wrap. You know, it's a wrap, and you can't. It's like, yeah, see, got him. You know, yeah, I'm gonna get saved. No, you not. You know. I had sex with him and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Or I got a baby by him and whatnot. I'm good by default. No, you not. I'm trying to tell you, no, you not. Because if that man cut you off because you didn't want to listen to him or you didn't want to be subordinate, and don't think you can hide. Don't be like, oh, well, I'm gonna listen to him from a distance. No. You know what I'm saying? Because it shows that you don't want to be in order underneath him. When that day comes, because look, the day is going to come where you ain't going to be able to tread, you know, from a distance and stuff and then try to reap what everything that he sows for himself. You ain't going to be able to do that no more. You know, you ain't going to be able to do anything when it comes down to the government. You know You know, because everything gonna be shut down and shut off. You ain't gonna be able to do nothing. You know? You wanna he builds him a house and whatnot and stuff. You ain't gonna be like, yeah, Cobbs. You ain't gonna be able to do that. Because as soon as he find you and stuff, he gonna be like, what are you doing? You know? And it's gonna be two things. He either gonna try to leave your ass alone, you know what I'm saying? Or he gonna beat the brakes off you and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because if you become a motherfucking nuisance, what's gonna happen? He gonna make sure that you don't follow him no more. A lot of you all ain't gonna be like Zalar, you know what I'm saying, in Book of Eli, where the Lord puts on our spirit to go back for you and stuff if we try to leave. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all are not gonna get that, you know? And ain't nothing you gonna do. And even in the scripture in Isaiah 4:1, you're gonna advertise yourself to see if you can catch the man, to see if he wants you or not. You're gonna bargain with what you have to see if the man is interested to get the hedge. You see? And all you women, I don't believe that. Well, to hell with you then. You know? Ain't nobody finna keep going back and forth with y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be what it is. And it's like, no, come on, man. You know, I'll suck you up like never before. You know, I'll make it seem like that I'm better than all these women. I'll listen, I'll shut the fuck up and whatnot and stuff. And the man gonna be like, no, because you had them chances before and you didn't want to do it. Kept messing him over and made it where if he tried to have a life for himself, he might as well be fucking homeless. Because you just set him up where he can't live on his own. No. And like the brother Murph always saying stuff, Jeremiah, GMS, teach what was taught. We're going to be very picky in that day. Very, very picky. You know? And what threat you going to come with? I'm going to give my brothers. You gonna get your brothers because a man, Lord, don't want to deal with you. You know what I'm saying? You know? And then next, you know, you go get your brothers and some random dude come out of nowhere and stuff and shoot them both dead. You gonna get your father and whatnot. What your father gonna do? Your father gonna try to, man, you better get with my daughter. Get your goof ass out of here, man. You know? That nigga do some shit and stuff, and then next thing you know, you just hear something heavy and stuff fall upon the ground. He busts his shit on the ground because the Lord took his spirit away from him. You know what I'm saying? For threatening the wrong man of the Lord. You see? And guess what? You're going to be that. You're going to be this. It says the virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. The daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. You ain't going to have no help. You ain't going to have none. You see? And it says, verse 34, it says, in the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. You see? So all that matters is the hedge. And that's something you can't steal. You can't steal it. You know? When it comes down to the bill of divorce, you women be like, oh, shit, he ain't give me the bill of divorce. He actually didn't give me the paper and whatnot, so I'm still with him. No, if he cut you off and he don't want to fuck with you no more, that's it. Because the man is the only one who can cut you off. You can't leave the man. The man can leave you, though. You see? And that's a spiritual thing. It's the scriptures. So you can run from the paper all you want to. But if he decides that, that's something that's said in heaven. You see? And if it's said in heaven and whatnot, the Lord is the lawyer or he's the judge, and it's like, all right, you can't deal with her no more. So even if she want to deal with you so badly and whatnot, and you already cut her ass off, she can't do shit. She be like, he drunk, you know what I'm saying? We don't know. You know what I'm saying? You try to seduce us and you fuck again and whatnot and stuff, and it's gonna be like, yeah, we together again. Nope, because according to the scriptures, that man can't come back with you. He can't. You see? And there's gonna be a lot of women that curved us, moved us to the side, thought us we ain't shit, tried to fuck us over, and prevailed in fucking with us. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? The Lord the Lord gonna put it on our spirits to curve y'all, and that curve is gonna be a life or death situation. You see? And if you don't believe it, how about you wait and see? How about you wait and see? So this is Deuteronomy, and having no help and whatnot and stuff. What happened in those days? That means that any other guy they see you, they gonna, oh, I like you and I want you. You know, we could do this the easy way or the hard way. The choice is yours if they even give you that option. Because in the movie Book of Eli, you know what I'm saying? You know, when it comes down to when you had old girl and whatnot that she was bait and you had what, like 5 guys around her? You know what I'm saying? You know, when they saw them big old titties, you know what I'm saying? You really think they was like, hey girl, let me talk to you and stuff. Hey, let me talk to you, girl. You know, I get this, I get that and stuff. I clean you up right quick and whatnot. All them motherfuckers was dirty. You know what I'm saying? You know, they raped her. You know what I'm saying? Took turns on her. And you know, because when it came down to later down the movie, you know what I'm saying? You had those 2 guys and whatnot and stuff with those masks on, and they saw Zalora, and she, you know, looked cleaner and whatnot and stuff. That was a delicacy. That was like, this ain't no funky, dirty girl. She might got something and stuff, but shit, fuck it. I'm trying to get my rocks off. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna grab it. What they do? They teamed up and grabbed her. You know what I'm saying? And if it wasn't for Book of Eli, if it wasn't for the Lord to put it upon his mind, because every time he looked up in the sky and whatnot, you know what I'm saying, and it made that little noise, it represented the Lord speaking to him. Telling him, he said, what he said? He said that he heard a voice and he called him crazy, right? But look, the people will call us crazy if we say that we hear a voice, you know what I'm saying? But if it wasn't for him, if it wasn't for the Lord to speak onto the Israelites, no, go back, go get her. You know what I'm saying? She's in trouble. You know what I'm saying, right? She would have been raped, you know? She would have been raped, you know? And think about it, he said he heard a voice and whatnot and stuff. A lot of people would look at him and be like, you know, in today's time, be like, you crazy. But then what happened? He shot dude and stuff through his loins, from his ass to his loins. You know what I'm saying? You know, and he fell down. And one hit kill, right? And then you had the other guy that was facing where Denzel Washington was at to shoot dude from behind, and he ain't see nothing, and he turned around and then looked back and got shot in the head, right in front of his shit, man, right between 4 eyes, man, and fell back. But he didn't see him right then and there. Why? Because that crazy ass nigga who talked to himself, Denzel Washington, who heard voices in his head, who the Lord was dealing with, had spiritual powers. And what did she do? She got the fuck up, she ran, and she hugged him, you know? And she cleaved onto him. That's what Isaiah 4:1 gonna be like. Because they're gonna know, because yes, when it come down to y'all brothers, I know it ain't about just sex and stuff, but sex is gonna bring that bond with where they had a hedge. And she stayed with him, ready to fight and whatnot, because she saw stuff that was impossible, that he was only able to do, and he wasn't normal like the rest of the people. He wasn't normal, right? And she saw for himself. She saw for herself and whatnot, and she was like, I need to get with him. That's gonna be you women in them days. That's gonna be you women. And all you women and stuff is like, I don't want to get with him. Don't come. Don't come. Don't do it. Don't feel like, oh man, he's the only one I can go to. No, don't come. Don't fucking come. Don't come to none of us. You see? Right, so this is Deuteronomy chapter 20. He don't got what I like and stuff. Don't fucking come. But what I'm gonna do? I don't got what you want. You like, no, I deal with it. I deal with it. Don't fucking come. Because you're gonna be dealing with men that's gonna be strict. You don't do what we say, hey, you're gonna have to go. We ain't finna be arguing back and forth and whatnot, going about what you think. You came to me. You saw something in me and you wanted that hedge. So when it comes down to it and stuff, there's no negotiations. You either gonna listen to what I do, you're gonna listen to what I say, you're gonna do what I say, woo to woo. Other than that, you could bounce. You could leave. You ain't gonna bring no confusion, and you're gonna be an example. Because as soon as you get tossed away, the Lord's gonna make an instant example upon you. You know what I'm saying? And all the other women and stuff who thought that they was gonna do the same thing, they gonna humble the fuck down. All you women, I ain't never. Yeah, you see. We'll see if you do whatever you can when it comes down to survival while the government stood up, and you'll do what by any means. We know that you're gonna do. We know you're gonna do whatever it needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? Just to get that hedge. You're gonna do whatever it is to get that hedge. Fuck you mean, man? This is Deuteronomy 20:10. It says, and this is what's finna go out. This is what's finna happen. You know what I'm saying? When it ain't finna be no force to go to. You know what I'm saying? You know, the regular guy like, damn, you know, shawty thick as hell, and then you curve them and whatnot and stuff. And you like, man, fuck you, whoop the whoop, man. Them guys gonna be like, you know what? It ain't even no police. You're going to try to call the police and whatnot and stuff. And he been trying making calls and stuff. And stuff don't work and whatnot. He going to be like, yeah, let's get her. Train's going to come back. Best believe that. So it says Deuteronomy 20:10. It says, when thou comest nigh unto a city to fight against it, then proclaim peace unto it. It says, and it shall be, if it make thee answer peace and open unto thee, then it shall be that all the people that is found therein shall be tributaries unto thee, and they shall serve thee. And that's going into, like, say if you warn against somebody else and stuff, you know what I'm saying, and they don't want no smoke, you know what I'm saying, then that means that they up underneath you. You know what I'm saying, right? And it says, verse 12, it says, and if it will make no peace with thee, but will make war against thee, then thou shalt besiege it. You know, you can take it by force. Verse 13, it says, and when the Lord Yahweh thy power have delivered it into thine hands, thou shalt smite every male thereof with the edge of the sword, but the women and the little ones and the cattle and all that is in the city, even all the spoil thereof, shalt thou take unto thyself, and thou shalt eat the spoil of thine enemies, which the Lord thy power have given thee. So it's going to be a lot of rape that's finna come, you know, and a lot of you women and stuff, when it comes down to the fantasies and stuff, you know, a lot of you women like to get choked. A lot of you women like to get manhandled. A lot of you women like to be told what to do. A lot of you women like to get put in your place, and you like that, you know. A lot of you women and stuff that be about the equality and whatnot and stuff. Really, you want to get taken over. You want to be dominated. That's what you want, you know. That's why when you really think about it, when you call men dogs, you know what I'm saying? When you call them dogs, the reason why you chase after them is because they not finna chase up under you. They not finna, baby, I'm finna be up under you, you know, baby, I need you and whatnot. Nah, they sure of themselves, and you chase that because they have that manly mentality about themselves, you know. You know, where it's like you'll threaten to leave, and they be like, "All right, go ahead." Like you the best thing out there. Like there ain't other girls out there. You know? And you got a lot of women out there where they threaten they men and stuff. You gonna be like, oh man, I'm gonna leave you because you ain't right. You ain't right. They be like, all right, you want me to help you go? There go the door. Because they expect for them to be like, no, baby, leave, please don't leave. Please, baby, don't leave and whatnot. And they shut the fuck up and they sit down. Women like men like that. Women want men to push over and whatnot, but then at the same time, you get tired of those pushovers. Y'all like a man to take charge. Right? So in that time, what's going to be spoils? Women. And guess what? A lot of you women and stuff, you don't get modest apparel. You're going to be out here with your ass out and your breast out. And guess what? A man going to look and be like, man, I want that. You know? And a lot of our men are wicked and whatnot. So guess what? They're going to be two of them and they been running trains on girls. So they don't mind seeing each other nakedness as long as they taking turns on you. You know? One be in your mouth, one be in the back. Might be three of them because there's a lot of niggas out here who like anal sex. You feel me? You know? Who claim that they're not homosexual. You know what I'm saying? And who actually are heterosexual, but then they still commit that sodomy by having anal sex with their girl. You know what I'm saying? So you got three guys, you know what I'm saying? Probably two other guys around waiting their turn, trying to keep their shit hard. So when these niggas are done, they get to go in, or they double penetrate and shit. You know, cause you got some nasty ass niggas that like that shit, man. You know, the freak's gonna come out. You know, the rebellion's gonna come out, and they gonna most do it. They gonna do it. It's gonna be too much, and you ain't gonna get paid for it. You know, they gonna nut in you. You get pregnant. They ain't gonna give a damn. They might kill the baby and be wild animals and kill the baby just so they can just keep fucking you. You see? And all you women that can't bear children and whatnot, and the Lord ain't open your room, niggas gonna love that. They gonna love that. You gonna be a spoil. Spoil is booties, riches. You know? When they slay your husbands and whatnot, they gonna deal with you. They gonna deal with you. And more than likely, it ain't because what the scripture says. They gonna slay your husband because your husband's gonna get in the way from them being able to deal with you sexually. You know? Probably break your teeth out and whatnot and stuff because you keep trying to bite down and woo-woo. They probably might do that. You know? You getting skeeted on by several different dudes and stuff, and they smacking the shit out of you, telling you to swallow it. And you women think you finna just, I am never going to do. Now, a couple of shots to the chest, a couple of wounds to the face and whatnot. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, these different movies and these TV shows where the women is strong and shit, especially in the animes, man. You know, where the woman just getting her way, that's not happening. That is not happening. You know, you women that go to the gym, all right, cool. But guess what? That shit ain't gonna happen. You're gonna be slain. You're gonna be slain. Because guess what? You might have all those muscles and stuff, but it's gonna be some 2/3 ass nigga who gonna be like, okay, that bitch got some muscles. I ain't finna fight this bitch head up, but I'm finna do something else to her. You know what I'm saying? So I can get my way with her. You know? You women that think that you finna bitch a bunch of guys and stuff because you ain't thinking further enough. You think that you finna bitch a bunch of guys because you swole as hell or you did squats for days. You know what I'm saying? You know, you bend over, you can see all the damn muscle in your leg, right? You know what I'm saying, right? You think you finna just bitch a bunch of guys and stuff. You gonna be like, follow me, I'm the leader. By the time you think you finna rest, they got your ass. So you women that got muscle, that don't mean shit at all. Remember, the man is the greater vessel than you. So you ain't gonna, if you try to even intimidate, that's not gonna work. You're gonna put yourself in a situation where that nigga gonna wait for you to let up, and then he gonna get you. You know? And guess what? One day, you gonna have to sleep. Especially if you trying to keep them as your bitches. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have to sleep. You know? And you ain't finna, what's her name? You ain't finna Wonder Woman your way out of that. they gonna wonder man in your vagina. So this is Deuteronomy 21:10. It says, when thou goest forth to war against thy enemies, and the Lord thy power have delivered them into thine hands, and thou hast taken them captive, and seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and has a desire unto her. It says that thou wouldest have her to thy wife. It says, then thou shalt bring her home to thine house, and she shall shave her head, meaning, get the Michael Jordan. It says, and par her nails, meaning that you make them booty diggers. You know what I'm saying? Where she don't have no long nails and whatnot. You par her nails. You know what I'm saying? And it says, and she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off her, and shall remain in thy house, and beware her father and her mother a full month. Because if you go into war, more than likely their parents got slain. You know what I'm saying? Or if the father was destroyed, and the mother was still alive and whatnot, the mother more than likely got raped for a spoil. You know what I'm saying? And then if it's a daughter there and stuff, if you're like, oh, okay, you got the daughter and stuff. Well, guess what? I'm finna get, no, if you got the mother and stuff, I got the daughter and stuff, You're going to bring them back to the crib, you know what I'm saying? And you're going to fuck them. After you kill, you say, something happened and whatnot and stuff, and you happen to kill these people and whatnot and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because they coming against you and stuff, that's a war. And when that happens and stuff, you know what I'm saying, you kill them, you know what I'm saying, if you want beautiful lady and whatnot and stuff, you see somebody is fine and whatnot, hey, you could deal. You kill their husband and whatnot and stuff, you could deal with that woman if you want. Now, we ain't advising to do so now, but guess what? Niggas are gonna do it. Niggas do it already. You got motherfuckers in the family where they purposely kill their other brother just so they can deal with his wife. So what do they say in Romans 2:14? That they do the laws by nature? You see? It'd be your cousin. Man, I don't like how you treating her. Going this bitch without going out his bitch for women. I don't like how you treating her. Well, look, this ain't your property. This ain't your girl. You don't need to be even. You don't even be needing to confront me before on this TV show about how you don't like how I treat my girl, nigga. But he gonna, all right, watch this. He gonna be like, hey, bro, man, you was right with the woo. Had a pole under there, you know what I'm saying, and stuff. Sit down to the table and stuff and talk, humble himself, be like, hey, man, I'm sorry. Bow, straight to the gut. And he bleeding and sliding off onto the side, and he put him in a body bag and put his ass somewhere in the dirt and shit and stuff. And it's like set it up. You know what I'm saying? To make it seem like somebody else doing this stuff. And he going to be like, I'll take care of you and stuff. And then next you know, he over here fucking the girl of his dreams, but it was somebody else's. Niggas do it today already. You know what I'm saying? Right? So it says, and seest among, verse 11, it says, and seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and has a desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her to thy wife. It says, then thou shalt bring her home to thine house, and she shall shave her head and par her nails. It says, and she shall put the raiment she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off her, and shall remain in thy house, and bewail her father and mother a full month. And after that thou shalt go in unto her, meaning have sex. You know what I'm saying? It says, and be her husband, and she shall be thy wife. Verse 14, and it shall be, if thou have no delight in her, when thou shalt let her go, whether she will. It says, but thou shalt not sell her at all for money. Thou shalt not make merchandise of her, because thou hast humbled her. So you're not supposed to go sell her off as a servant and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to just let her go. You know what I'm saying? If she don't do according to you want and stuff, let her ass go. Leave her alone. You know what I'm saying? And don't come back to her. Now, it's one thing. If you put her away in this sense, where it's like, you know what, like people say, oh, let's go on a break. You know what I'm saying? Which is bullshit. Women just do that and stuff so they can have a legit reason in their minds anyway, a legit reason. When they be like, we just need some space and stuff, but they still together, they try to use that just so they can go fuck with somebody else to commit adultery. But when it comes down to it, man is actually the only one who actually can declare the break. It's like, you know what, I ain't finna deal with you for like a week. We fighting, you keep getting on my nerves and whatnot. I'm trying to deal with you because of the kids and whatnot, or you're not even with the kids, he probably actually love you. And the thing is that it's like, you know what, I can't deal with you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, put your ass away like King David did. Put you away, you know what I'm saying, and stuff. And it's like when you want to come down to your senses, he take you off punishment and then y'all can have a good time. You see? Only the man can do that. You women can't do that. And if you wouldn't be like, well, I'm going to do it anyways and stuff. Well, the Lord kill you for that and stuff. Now you know. But the Lord ain't finna tolerate disobedience. You wouldn't even tolerate it if it was your own children doing it. So why would the Lord do that, allow you to do so and stuff, and he consider you his children? Even if you're a grown adult, even if you're old, 70, 80, 90, 100, and you're an Israelite, and you still his child. You know what I'm saying? You think he gonna tolerate you telling him, no, I ain't finna do this? You think you finna tolerate that? And even in your own children and stuff, you ain't tolerating that shit. So what the fuck is wrong with you, man? What the fuck is wrong with you people, man? What the hell is wrong with you people, man? Well, you people got it twisted, man. People got it twisted. And that's probably why a lot of jakes go to the heathen women. You know what I'm saying? Because they know how to be quiet. They know how to be women. It's less fights. And that's a shame. You letting a heathen woman, a concubine, a side chick outdo you? That's a shame for you women. Wearing that goofy ass hat and stuff, you know what I'm saying, to keep your weave longer than what it is. You don't even take the time out to show the weave because you got that stupid ass bonnet on. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere you go, while you on the bus. Look at me, you got the little shorts on and shit. You know what I'm saying? You got them little furry ass shoes. You know what I'm saying? You got the little shit in between your toes and whatnot, so it won't rub the nail paint polish and whatnot. You got them long ass nails and stuff, and you're using that to take spinach out your teeth and whatnot, and you get potholes all in your fucking ass and your legs. You know what I'm saying? You got the stupid ass bonnet on and stuff, and you over there looking like Riley and stuff when them niggas had him dressing like a transgender. You know what I'm saying? These heathen women and stuff, they make sure they eat right and whatnot, so when they get clapped and stuff, it don't stink. You know what I'm saying? They make sure that they don't even, some women and stuff, a lot of women and stuff that look like heathens, they actually Israelites and stuff. So that whole little attitude and whatnot and stuff is still there. But at the same time, you got some Israelite women and stuff where they thought that they was heathens and whatnot, and they really Israelites, but since they thought themselves as heathens stuff, they carried themselves a certain way. And them white women, them Edomite women and stuff, they be sitting up here, it's like, yeah, your black men, they like me and stuff, because these girls, they not trying to fight and bigger against the man. You want to be talking about, I don't like drama, but you always the problem. You always the reason why the drama comes. I bet it's 2 hours. Yeah. So yeah, you either get with the program and whatnot, or you gonna be left. Lord can have it where He set up a band of the Lord where he only deal with heathen women until he gets beamed up. And then a couple of the women that he thought was heathens. No, not thought it was heathens, because the Lord gonna make it known unto the man of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? But say if she thought that he just ain't say anything and stuff, kept her ass obedient and stuff, you know what I'm saying? He making her work for her so she could be obedient. Hey, man, that's raw within itself, if you can understand. And the thing is that next you know, they get beamed up. And don't be surprised when the Lord sit up, because the Lord ain't gonna ask you women. He ain't gonna ask you women. He gonna ask the man. He gonna be like, hey, you know, out of these two, who you want? And the women gonna be sitting up there looking like, what do you mean? Confused. Like, what do you mean? Which one he want? You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be straight fright. In your spirit, you're gonna be shocked. You know what I'm saying? And he over there. You know what they gonna do? They gonna be sitting up here trying each other. They gonna be trying to be competitive against one another. You know what I'm saying? You know, be like, oh, I can do this. Remember when I did it? Remember when I moved it? You remember this? Remember that? Remember this? Remember that? They gonna bring out every single thing and stuff because they know only one is gonna get taken and the other one's gonna be left. So I advise you women to get in fucking order. You better get in order. You better get in order. Because the order ain't you ruling over a man. The order is a man ruling over you. And you can thank Eve for that, another woman. But when it comes down to it and stuff, hey, you either gonna get in order, you know what I'm saying, or you're not. You know? There's gonna be a lot of situations when it comes down to Susanna and stuff, but guess what? Somebody ain't gonna fight for you. You know what I'm saying? Because you deserved it. You know? So I hope this video is edifying. I'd like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahshua Harachakodash, the more honors to apostles, great millstone, and salutations to the elect, which we ought to be. Shalom, wa ba ba ba.